and I don't know what fisherman he think he is. I'm undisputed. I can't be a little cub. I'm the big lion. I'm the big king.
You heard that right. Jermell Charlo is taking shots at Terence Crawford for ducking highly anticipated fight with him. Hear me out. The boxing world really wants this one. Why wouldn't they? Charlo and Crawford are two of the biggest names in the game right now, and a fight between them would break the internet. But Crawford has other plans, and it's pissing Charlo off. Charlo came on record to speak up about his potential fight with Terence, and he did not look happy. The undisputed champion said he's been trying to make a fight with the boxer, but Bud has been ducking negotiations with him. Charlo is slamming Crawford for being terrified of stepping into the ring with him. Yeah, he's firing shots at the boxer for being terrified of him, and trembling in his boots at the thought of a potential fight. I don't know about you, but it sounds like a stretch to me. Plus, this isn't the only time Charlo has put Terence in hot waters. A few months ago, Charlo called Crawford out for having a weak resume. The lightweight champion said Bud hadn't fought in the big leagues during his long 15-year professional career. He further fired shots by saying that all of Crawford's opponents were old dudes and blamed Bud's promoters for terrible matchmaking. He also revealed that Terence's choice of opponents has kept him from having a larger fan base. And that's a shame because this guy's 36 and that means he doesn't have much time left. Of course, Charlo said all these things before Terence put on gloves against Spence Jr. Coming out on top against him really changed the game for Bud. Think about it. Before Spence Jr., Crawford's best opponents on paper were Shawn Porter and Yordenis Ugas. Now, I know some would say that Crawford is an example of the new generation of fighter, a guy who has been maneuvered like a chess piece by his former promoters at Top Rank, and steered carefully to put him in ideal spots to win 3 division world titles and to preserve his unbeaten record. But having his first major fight on the wrong side of 30 is alarming. Good thing he won, because now he has a long list of big names waiting to fight him. Charlo was originally backing Errol for the big bout, but I guess we all were taken by surprise when Terence walked home with the victory. He's not one to be taken lightly, and not anymore. Crawford's successfully in the big leagues now, well, according to Charlo he is, but this guy is still not interested in stepping into the ring with him. Jermell's been on a winning streak since 2019, except for that one fight with Brain Castano in 2021 that ended up with a draw. So his record's stellar, yet Terence still isn't eyeing him as an opponent. Get this, Jermell Charlo is set to go against Canelo Alvarez. I'm sure you know about this one. The upcoming fight is making a lot of buzz on the internet. And it looks like Terence already has a verdict on what's going to go down in the ring. Yep, you heard that right. Crawford's choosing sides, and he's backing Alvarez. I bet you saw that one coming because he clearly has some beef with Charlo. And that's all on Charlo and his hot words, right? Well, Crawford's got big plans after his epic victory against Spence Jr. He said he's ready to lock horns with Canelo after he comes out on top at Charlo versus Alvarez. That's a bold statement, isn't it? If it was me, I wouldn't downplay our guy, Jermell, this bad. But well, Terence just doesn't see him winning on September 30th. He's got his eyes on Canelo, and he wants to take him down after he wins. Sounds like a good plan, doesn't it? Crawford wants to be a 3-time undisputed champion, and he has goals set straight. Plus, fans are really rooting for this matchup. Who wouldn't want to see Canelo versus Crawford? They're two of the biggest names in boxing right now, and this potential fight is really the talk of the town. The boxing world is already sharing its 2 cents on the fight. One fan took to Twitter and wrote, "I think Canelo wins, but you can't knock Bud for daring to be great. A win against Canelo puts him up there with TBE." While another said, "Canelo versus Crawford? Now that's a fight I'll tune in for." There's a slight problem in making this fight happen, though. Get this. Canelo doesn't believe Terence is worth putting on boxing gloves for. He's in the same boat as Charlo, and these guys believe that Terence just isn't all that in boxing. That's all because he has only taken down one big name in boxing, and he's making it a very big deal. Canelo just isn't here for it, and he's not sure whether he wants to go through months of training camp just to fight Crawford. Fans believe this fight definitely gonna be worth it, but Canelo's just not on the same page. Now, Charlo, if you're watching this and you think you're next in line to be Crawford's opponent, I still wouldn't hold my breath on it because the next fight on Bud's radar is a rematch with Spence Jr. Yeah, a fight with Charlo is still not close. The boxing world has been asking for a Spence versus Crawford rematch ever since these two stepped out of the ring after their first meetup. It was one of the best fights of the year, and fans want to see it all over again. Plus, Errol deserves his shot at redemption, doesn't he? Good thing. There's a rematch clause on the contract that he can activate any time. But Spence doesn't want to risk it. He wants to walk in the ring with Crawford again when he's sure he's ready. That's what the word on the street says. The reason why Errol lost in such a humiliating fashion is because he took Terence lightly. One fan wrote, "I think he'll train harder and be more humble because he was a little arrogant, and that's why he laughed after the fight, because he knows he didn't approach the fight like he should have. I like Errol Spence, still my guy." I mean, come on. He's got 15-year-old career on the line, and losing to Crawford again will do him more damage than anyone can imagine. But this time around, Errol is getting all the help he needs. Yep, he has boxing legend Floyd Mayweather train him for the big fight. You know, Mayweather's an absolute beast in the ring, and words from advice from his is going to be really good for Errol. Especially because his current head trainer, Derek James, looked clueless ringside when Terence was beating the hell out of Errol. Yeah, Errol's performance in the ring hasn't been the best lately, and even though there are a lot of things to blame for it, his trainer tops the list for sure. You know, if it would have been Floyd ringside, he would have had some words of advice for Errol instead of just watching him get a beating by Bud. Good thing, Floyd's on the team now and he's already sending warnings to Terence. Oh yeah, Terence better not take his second time in the ring with Errol lightly, because Errol will be coming more prepared than ever. He's getting help from the best of the best. I know it's been years since Floyd retired, but Hever truly stepped away from the ring. With his exhibition matches, he's just as familiar with the game as ever, and he's passing on his wisdom to Errol. The rematch is going to be even better than the first fight, and you better tune in whenever it makes it to our screens. Maybe after a fight with Canelo and a rematch with Spence, Terence will finally turn his attention to Charlo and negotiate a contract with him. I still wouldn't be too sure, but maybe if these two start having a social media beef, this fight will see the light of the day earlier than we imagined. Come on, you know how the boxing world works nowadays. Fighters are stepping into the ring just to settle feuds, and fans love it. That's why influencer boxing is on the rise and going through the roof with PPVs. Charlo's already sent a warning and slammed the boxer for being terrified of him. It won't be long until Terence fires back, and this feud escalates. Once it starts making rounds on the internet, both the fighters' promoters will start sitting down and discussing a potential fight. Even if these two don't fight each other, they've both got a long list of other opponents, so the boxing world won't be starved off amazing fights. And I'll bring you all the dirty deets of the boxing world before anyone else. Well, that's all I have for you today, Fefkit World, so make sure to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like this video, comment on it, and share it with friends. I'll see you next time, and until then, peace out.